Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to another episode of Higurashi. Last time, Tepe is buried, Satoko got tasered, Shion being mad sussy, and that's about it. We're meeting Shion in the library with Rena, which I actually think is a good thing, because if Shion does go crazy, it's not like Rena would join her and like do something bad to us, probably, so... Hopefully we can rely on Rena a little bit here. But yeah, let's just dive straight into this. After school, Rena and I traveled to the Shishibone City Municipal Library in Okonomiya. It was frustrating sitting through class all day, but I was relieved when I heard the chime go off. Shion was already here waiting for us in the collection corner on the second floor. Shion turned around and slowly walked toward us. Rena lightly chuckled after saying that. It hadn't been long at all. It's only been the day before yesterday that we accomplished our great achievement together. Rena must also be feeling that night seemed so long ago. Or maybe Rena wants to forget about that night as soon as possible? No, maybe I'm overthinking it. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't seem like a bad idea to forget about the night. If everything's over, which it probably isn't. We each bought a juice from the vending machine, then sat down on the old couch in the corner of the lounge. Meeting at a coffee shop would have been good too, but I secretly liked the juice here and this hard sofa. The quaint atmosphere drifted into the lounge of the library. Just as I expected, we got here early enough that there were hardly any students or other customers around. Rena chewed on her ice as she asked Shion that question. Okay, I mean, we did have that theory that Satoko just died from the taser. And I still don't really trust Shion, but like, I don't know, feeling a little better. Shion turned her gaze downward as I leaned toward her. Uh-oh. Yeah, we knew that was gonna happen. Honestly, it's their fault for like not even following him when he went out. If you're really like surveilling someone, you probably should have a tail. Shion was also a member of the Sonozaki family. The Sonozakis had incredible reach when it came to information gathering, ranging from public security channels to underground communications. Rena was right about that. There's no reason for the police to be searching for him so hard. He was a scoundrel. Even if he went off and died somewhere, it wouldn't be that unusual. That's also true. Rena and I both gasped as soon as we heard that. I mean, that was Ooishi's prediction, right? That Tepe would be the victim of the Watanashi. The police think this is the curse of Oyasho-sama? The curse of the 5th year? Shion sounded evasive as she said that. Good reason? What on earth can it be? Rina death, which did happen. Rena even confirmed it for us, and it's funny because the Sonozakis killed Rina, which is awkward. Oh, whoa. Let me reread that. Okay, I mean, we knew Tomotachi's gonna die. I just thought she was connecting that to Teppei for some reason. I had no idea what she was referring to. Rena looked confused too, scratching her head. We both shook our heads at the same time in response. Then Shion took a deep breath and exhaled. Classic Tomotachi.
そういう意味です。正確には富武さんだけじゃありません。富武さんと親しくしていた高野さんという看護師さんも死んだそうです。
Classic Takano. We still have not seen Takano yet this console arts. I'm waiting. I'm hard waiting. Felt like a punch in the gut. 2 people died on the night of the Watanashi, and counting Teppei Hojo, that made 3.
2人はお祭りの夜に目撃されています。
俺たちは会わなかったけど、先に帰ったのか?
They were snooping without us.
そうかもしれません。そうすると、お祭りの後に2人に何かあったってことだよね。そうなりますね。警察の情報によると、2人とも変死体で発見されたそうです。富武さんは自殺、高野さんはおそらく他殺。
Probably. You know, I don't think you can self-burn yourself in a barrel. I mean, you probably can, but it's not very pleasant. Rena and I looked over at each other. I couldn't believe Tomotachi-san was in the mental state to commit suicide, and what, Takano-san was probably murdered? The night of the Watanashi. According to Shion, the police were on their way home to Otonomiya after wrapping up the festival of security when they discovered Tomotachi-san. The cause of Tomotachi-san's death was clawing out his own throat. Suicide. I mean, I guess, like, clawing out your own throat might be worse than burning yourself in a barrel. But honestly, like, probably not. I feel like burning yourself in a barrel would hurt more. Don't have experience, obviously, but I don't know.
引きちぎってそれはむごたらしい死体だったそうです。
Classic Tomotachi.
富武さんは自分の血で溺れ死んだようになって
Tearing out the flesh of his throat with his own fingernails. The pain of that exceeded the limits of my imagination. The only thing that came to mind was a horrifying display of blood.
嘘だろ。そんな自殺聞いたことない。ありえないぞ、そんなこと。
Without thinking, I began to shout if this was Shion's attempt at threatening us. I wanted her to stop making sick jokes. But Shion remained still. She just stared at me, waiting for my emotional outburst to end, then to continue. No, show more, Kichi. I love when you get angry. And shout. Yeah, sure. Why not? I gently apologized for raising my voice, and for suspecting that Shion would make such a tasteless joke. I mean, Shion can be pretty tasteless when she's crazy, but she's being chill kind of right now, so I think we're actually fine. In contrast to Rena's calm demeanor, I took several deep breaths to calm myself. Then, when I was finally able to breathe normally, I nodded to Shion and urged her to continue. Takano's corpse was apparently found deep in the mountains of a neighboring prefecture far from Hinamizawa. The body was burnt, wearing only her underwear. They only learned it was Tatano-san after verifying dental records during the autopsy.
近くに衣服はなく、灯油缶が近くに転がっていたことから、他殺の疑いが濃厚らしいです。
そんな死に方で自殺なわけないだろうしな。
そうです。だからこれはお社様のたたりなんです。
I caught my breath. I could feel the fear steadily rising from the pit of my stomach. I realized I was beginning to tremble. This is the curse of Oyashiro-sama. 3 people died on the night of the Watanagashi. Every year, Oyashiro-sama's curse causes 1 person to die and 1 to go missing, and yet 3 died this year? Are they gonna go crazy and think? Are they gonna think since 3 people died, the murder squad's gonna go missing to make up for it? That'd be hilarious.
そうです。容疑者として。
Okay. That's interesting. Suspecting Teppei? But like, why? Why would you connect Teppei to Toмотaki and Takino? And that's just because he's like probably the most criminal person in Hinamizawa. But yeah, maybe. I don't know. I relaxed a little after hearing that. Rena seemed to feel the same way. She turned to me and lightly nodded. For better or worse, it might not be morally right to say, but it was a convenient development for us. If he's the bad guy, we have little to be concerned about. They have plenty of reasons to suspect him. If they're searching for him as a suspect, we don't need to worry. I don't know if they're searching for him as a suspect, though. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I think Ooishi's a little sharper than that. She said like it was nothing. Rena was able to say that with such a straight face, but I didn't miss the slight smile forming in the corner of her mouth. Classic Rena. Hey, it's 2 deaths though. True. I guess technically they didn't find Teppei, so maybe it's 2 dead, 1 missing, so 1 more to go. Satoko?
そうか。俺たちはあいつが今年の死者だと信じて疑わなかったけど、そうじゃないんだ。あいつは行方不明者の。
Sorry.
それならちょうどいいな。死体が絶対に見つからなければ万事 OK ってことだ。それならいっそもっと深くに埋め直しておくか。
I felt relieved. The weight on my heart was getting lighter. This was an unexpected development, but it seemed we were saved by Oyashiro-sama. Thank you, Hanyu. At least we can be free of the horrible events of that night.
そうだね。雨が降って土が流れてもいけないし、そんなに深くなかったもんね。あの穴は。
Rena muttered something with a look in her eyes like she was calculating something. I tensed up at the idea that she seemed to be reflecting on something beyond my comprehension.
お社様のたたりですから、死ぬ人と消える人の人数が合っていれば問題なしですね。
でもさ。
I hesitated for a moment, wondering if I should say anything. But still, can we really decide what is and isn't Oyashiro-sama's curse? Besides, even we might.
Keiichi-kun, お社様のたたりがケイイチ君にも降りかからないかってこと思ってるのかな。
Rena perfectly summarized my insecurity. I suppose it was plainly on display on my face. Classic Keiichi.
ああ、一瞬そう思ったけど、俺たちがたたられる理由なんてやっぱりいくら考えてもあるわけないよな。だって俺たち何も悪いことなんてしてないし。
That's a little cope, but okay.
だって 俺たちは聡子のために戦った。語られる理由がない。
But maybe I just wanted to see it that way. It was impossible to be sure.
そうですよ。気弱になってる場合じゃないですよ、ケイちゃん。
Ah ha ha, Shion and I lightly laughed. Standing beside the cheerful Shion, Rena had a dark expression as she stared down at the floor. Oyashiro-sama's curse states that one person dies and one person goes missing every year. However, three people have died this year. In that case, do 3 people need to disappear?
じゃあ、そろそろ行こっか。
Rena stood up and stretched. I stood up too, but I had to realize the words that were stuck in my heart.
シオン、聡子はどこにいるんだ？
This is an important question, to be honest.
しーちゃん？
Bruh, she's dead. Just as I was about to press Shion some more, I noticed she was staring straight ahead with a stiff face. Unless that's Ooishi. And when I looked in that direction, right there was... Yeah. Big old cock blocking us from learning where Satoko is. Flaccid Ooishi. A fat, middle-aged man with a cigarette was standing at the entrance to the lounge. Isn't that Ooishi, the detective?
大石さん。いつからそこにいたんです？善良な一般市民の話を立ち聞きなんて。
Bruh, that'd be really bad if he was listening.
くれぐれも善良な一般市民でいていただきたいもんですな。
Ooishi showed little regard for Shion as he said that. He turned and looked at Rena and me. I couldn't find the words to respond to that comment. I had a bad feeling about this, so I instinctively turned and looked away.
ああ、ご無沙汰ですね、前原さん。改めて自己紹介しましょうか。沖宮警察署の大石と申します。手帳。ああ、これ。
Ooishi thrust a worn-out notebook right in front of our noses. Did the police come to visit us? No way. Rena, Shion, and I should be the only people who knew we were coming here today. So if a police officer is running into us here, it must be a coincidence, right?
前原さんとあなたが竜宮さんですね。
Listening to Ooishi's prying voice made me feel uncomfortable. It felt like a fly was annoyingly buzzing around inside my brain. I should head home right away. I need to get out of here. I don't want to hear a single word this man has to say. Why did he come here? Why does he want to ask me?
私たちに何か用ですか？
皆さんの噂はかねがね聞いていますよ。何しろひなみ沢は小さな村ですからね。顔と名前くらいすぐ覚えちゃいますよ。
Ooishi crushed his cigarette and turned straight toward me. My entire body tensed up. How long has this guy been here? Was he listening to our conversation earlier? What was his reason for approaching us? Hey, Ooishi, did you see the no smoking sign, like, right there? Can we, like, throw this guy out? I know we crushed it, but, like, still. With sweat dripping from every pore in my body, I sternly urged myself not to say anything unnecessary.
いきなり警察だなんて言ったもんで、ずいぶん緊張させちゃいましたね。これは失礼。いや、私もちょっと世間話をしたかっただけなんですよ。深い意味なんかこれっぽっちもありません。
Ooishi boisterously laughed. There was nothing worth laughing about. Ooishi was simply trying to relax the atmosphere. As if I had ever let my tongue slip.
私たちそろそろ行こうとしてたんです。 世間話なら今度にしてください。
Then Shion tried to make her way out of the lounge.
待ってください。前原さん。
Yeah? I suddenly stopped moving and clicked my tongue in annoyance when he caught me off guard by calling out to me. I guess this detective is that sort of man. A sneaky old bastard. I mean, not wrong, but a cool, sneaky old bastard.
おとといの夜、前原さん、どこにいました？
The night before yesterday, so not watching Higurashi. What was he doing? Wasn't he just chilling in his house with Shion and Rena? Or no, he was digging the hole. No, he dug the hole on the day of the Watanashi, so I think he was chilling. Bang! My heart started racing. The police are already suspecting me for the murder of Teppei Hojo? The night before yesterday. Why not ask about the day of the Watanashi? Why ask about the night specifically? Is there something you can confirm by asking me that? I gently glanced over at Rena. She was emotionlessly staring straight ahead, probably trying to hide her true feelings.
おとといって綿流しのお祭りの日ですよね。
No.
もちろん祭りで騒いでいましたけど。
I carefully chose my answer. I tried my best to not add any unnecessary details.
ほほう、お祭りね。いいですよね。私も綿流しのお祭りには毎年参加させてもらってますよ。もっとも、こっちは警備ですけどね。
Kinda shitty, Ooishi. No, I'm joking.
で、お祭りで何を？
何をって、屋台で大食い競争をしたりとかですね。射的をしたりとかですね。
Still treading cautiously. It's fine. I actually did attend the festival. That was an undeniable fact.
前原さんがお祭りで遊んでいたのは、
Okay, this is the the part where, you know, it's a little sketch. It finally came to that. If I answered this one carelessly, it would invalidate my story about the festival. I need to declare right here that I was partying at the festival right from the beginning. No, don't say that.
さあ、時間までは何しろ初めてのお祭りだったし、あの盛り上がりだし、時間なんてちっとも気にしてなかったもので。
That's actually a decent answer, I think.
そうでしょうな。
Let's nobody dot. Wait, never mind. I was trying to say nobody dot phones, but yeah, watches. But Keiichi doesn't have a watch, so.
じゃあ、リュウゴさんはどうですか？
ずっと圭一君と一緒でした。
ずっと？ずっと一緒にお祭りに？
Yeah, pretty much.
みんなと一緒でした。
Rena wore a pleasant smile like she was reminiscing about pleasant memories. If all the time we spent dragging our tired bodies having fun didn't come in handy now, then what?
ああ、みんなでワイワイ騒いで。
I mean,
シ
yeah.
オンの姉のミオンは大食い競争で大勝ちだったんですよ。
I adjusted my approach to harmonize with Rena.
じゃあ、園崎しおんさん、あなたはどうですか？
She did not go to the festival. She just went home. So that's actually a weaker point for Shion.
あなたもお祭りに？
Yeah, Rena and I fell silent once again. The lively conversation instantly froze over.
私はバイトでした。
バイト？
Ooishi furrowed his eyebrows. I started thinking about how I could back up Shion's sudden explanation.
バイト？
Baito?
お仲間はみんなでお祭りに行っていたというのに、あなただけバイトしてたんですか？
はい。
She's on the Sigma grind, said Ooishi. Okay, don't judge her for grinding.
ケイちゃんたちとは私、学校も違いますし、
That is true.
別に仲間でもないですし。
That's harsh. We're not exactly friends. I was uncomfortable with how little Shion hesitated before saying that. It's an act, relax. I felt uneasy about the explanation itself too, but I kept quiet for the time being. As long as Ooishi is here, I should keep my mouth shut.
なるほど。で、バイト先はどんな？
Angel Moit?
ファミレスです。エンジェルモートっていう。こ
Oh,
の辺りじ
Ooishi knows
ゃちょっ
about
と有名
that.
なファミレスですよ。
あは
yep.
よく存じ上げておりますよ。
Classic.
よーくね。
Ooh.
制服が可愛いんですよ。
True? I finally had a moment to say something, but after saying that, I couldn't think of anything else to follow up. You don't need to say anything else, okay?
エンジェルモートですか。
I mean, they would back up Shion's story even if she wasn't there. Because, you know, Anko, manager. But obviously they would have to prep the co-workers.
その、おとといは混んでました？
ええ、まあそこそこ。本当にいたかどうか知りたいんならおじさんに聞いてください。私のおじさんが経営している店ですので。
あはその雑系は手広く商売してるようですからね。じゃあ遠慮なく聞かせてもらいます。で、シオンさんにも一応聞いておきますが、綿流しの夜は何時から何時まで働いていたんですかね。
I could see Shion getting more and more sullen as Oishi's relentless interrogation continued.
さあ、
Uh-oh.
帰ったのは12時過ぎですよ。
Look at that angry face.
私ほんと今からバイトに行かなくちゃいけませんので。とにかくあの日はずっと働いてましたから。じゃあ私はこれで。
Beast. Shion let all that out at once in frustration, then quickly stormed off. Rena and I rushed to follow her. Surprisingly, Oishi made no effort to pursue us. I gently looked back on my way out and saw Oishi lighting another cigarette in the lounge. Hello? Library staff? Stop it. Well, that went alright, I guess. I mean, he's still probably suspicious, but I think he's less suspicious of Rena and Keiichi at least, so nice. After that, we quickly lost sight of Shion. I wonder if she really went to her part-time job?
ねえ、ケイチ君。
Rena gave me an uneasy look while unlocking her bike at the bike rack.
さとこちゃん、無事だよね。
I don't know, man. I'm still worried about that too.
ああ、シオンが大丈夫って言うから大丈夫だろう。
そうだよね。なんか嫌な予感がしちゃったから。
Same, Rena, same.
レナの気のせいだよね。
That taser is cursed, man. It takes lives. Rena hopped on her bike and started pedaling vigorously. Just like me, Rena had to live with all these disconcerting events weighing down on her heart. Even though the night was already over, even though we already fought together to take back our world, our peaceful world still hadn't come back.
早くサトコに会いたいな。
そうだね。
As we pedaled our bikes side by side, we reminisced about our precious everyday life. And me. Ooh, I know it's early, but I think I'm gonna stop here. If you hadn't noticed, I'm actually like not feeling that good. But you know, we're on the like Shion, we're on the grind set where I do need to record videos. But yeah, my throat's been kind of iffy today. Good episode though. Good episode. I'm still worried about Satoko, to be honest. We got top blocked by Ooishi, so I wish we heard at least Shion's response to it, but I don't know. She feels a little less sus than last episode at least. So maybe she is alive. I guess my biggest fear is if Shion goes like high level, like would she start hating Satoko again, or would she like be super protective of her? Because I can see her reverting back to her old self if she starts going crazy again. I don't know. And I do think Ooishi's definitely sus of us, but like I actually think Rena and Keiichi cleared their name pretty well. He's definitely pinned on Shion, but to be fair, he's always just pinned on the Sonozakis, so that's a little rough. Anyways, guys, we're trying to do a quick episode here. Really dragging out this art, but like not really, because like chapter breaks are like meant for being stopping points. So next episode though, I'll try to do like another like double chapter break, depending on how long this one is. If this one's an hour without a chapter break, then like why do that? But yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Next time, I guess we'll I don't know what the plan is. I guess the plan is to still see if Satoko's fine, see if Shion's fine, tie any loose ends. It seemed like Rena also kind of wanted to like recheck the body just in case the mud moved it, stuff like that. But yeah, until then, see you next time. Peace.